brain cells.
Hello, and welcome to yet another episode of the Last Few Brain Cells podcast, where unqualified people talk about quality topics. Well, we got another good episode for you today, folks. As always, I'm your man Cheeks, and today I'm joined by Arter and our good buddy Dominic. What's going on, Dominic?
So, what's up, fellas? How y'all
Welcome
doing?
to the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
We got a guest on the show.
There's a guest on this show.
I said a guest on the show.
There's a guest on
There
this
is
show.
a motherfucking guest on the show.
There's a guest on this show.
Now it's time to yell, cause we got a guest brain cell.
That song was all for you. I hope you enjoyed it very well.
That was dope.
That's your theme music for today's episode.
That's great.
Well, how's your week been, man? It was a crazy week for me. Kind of rough, to be honest with you.
I don't know. Actually, it's pretty good. Got a bonus.
Oh,
Work.
A bonus is always nice. Did you get a bonus?
Hell no.
Neither did I.
I didn't know it was a bonus until I talked to Hayes. I was like, oh yeah, look, I finally got on commission. And I was like, look, you know.
Nah, commission ain't that much.
You wait. You finally made it onto commission?
Well, that's what I thought.
Oh,
and I was like, oh wow, like this is crazy.
So you're still in your apprenticeship?
Yeah,
turns out.
yeah.
Oh, that's always
and
fun.
It was like a 6 months bonus or something like that.
Well, at least you got a little something.
Right.
A little. My man. It's
It's-
dumb.
yeah.
I wish I could get rehired just
Yeah.
to get these bonuses.
Really?
It was pretty.
It's good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
it's
was pretty good.
substantial.
I don't want to know how much it was. I'm just going to ask, how many weeks' pay was it, like, for you personally? You don't have to tell us how much
Oh,
anything
shit.
was.
That was like 2 of my checks in one.
Oh, that's a
Yeah,
nice bonus
yeah,
then.
yeah.
That's a good bonus.
That bitch was big.
Yes, indeed. Well, boys, the other day I was chilling. I was home alone. I was just relaxing, and I decided that I was going to be healthy, so I decided to eat an edible instead of smoking that night. And for whatever reason, after I ate said edible, I just went on a tangent in my mind about the future of technology. So I just wanted to get your opinion. Where do you think technology is going, and what do you think will be the catalyst to get it there? Like, is technology going to be like the focus in transportation and travel? Is technology going to be the focus in entertainment? Is technology going to be the focus in warfare? Like, where do you think technology is going next? Because it doesn't just have to be like computers and video games and everything else. You know, it could be tactician. It could be used for warfare.
My man Elon Musk is doing big things over there.
In space, yeah.
Yeah.
So we're making strides in technology.
I mean, technology is literally everywhere, bro. Anything
I mean,
you
it's
touch.
crazy to see how much it's changed even since I was in high school.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when I was in high school, I thought, this is kind of the peak, and it
I
still
mean,
keeps going.
Imagine when iPhone, think back to when iPhone first came out, and it was just this little box.
I know, dude. It was
this
so
little chunky-
tiny.
Yeah.
Oh,
I still
my
have the
God.
original 4.
My
Really?
cock was bigger than that fucking phone.
Why'd you say was?
Because they're not anymore. The phones have surpassed the size.
Yeah, they're,
The trade up. Do you not see how big my phone is? Have you seen the Galaxy Note, whatever it was? It looked like a piece of toast. That thing was huge. Are you kidding me?
The Samsung Mega? That was
Yeah,
like,
dude,
a
it was like an
whole-ass
iPad.
tablet.
It's like
No,
15
that-
inches. I ain't packing 15 inches, sir. I ain't even packing half of that.
That phone that Larry has that flips open and is the thing's
Dude,
two-
it's huge.
literally, it's
yeah.
like 2 of our
Have you
phones.
seen
Yeah,
the-
phones have definitely
ridiculous.
passed my cock size. Yes, I think that's a safe bet.
I mean, I think they passed that back in 06 for me.
Ooh, well, you are Asian. Anyways,
Back in the old raisins.
so stupid. I love you so much. But anyways,
Still
so
getting them cheeks.
that's right. So when it comes to transport and travel though, I was reading an article where it was electromagnetic trains. They don't have a track. There's these floating circles, and the train, it uses magnetizing magnetic fields and everything to the train just hovers in midair, just using magnetic fields, and it goes through the rings and it takes it wherever it needs to go. So you basically have a trackless train that is guided, so it's free of error because it's magnetic fields. It's not technology. Nothing has to think. It's literally just magnetic fields. And when we think about that, like, imagine what technology can be after that. Didn't I read Elon Musk was starting on a particle accelerator?
He has started on it.
Yes.
Yeah, or it's like a circle, and every time it passes through the bracket, it just doubles in
doubles
speed.
in speeds exactly every time it passes through the
Every
starting point.
tenth of a second?
Yeah, so by like 2 seconds, it could be like 5 times the speed of light or something like that.
Yeah, like you get to the speed of light, and it makes one rotation in a tenth of a second, and then when it gets to the other side, it's now doing double the speed of light, and then it does it again. It's now doing 4 times the speed of light. It does it again.
Yeah.
So it can do it 10 circles in a second.
Jeez.
You know, so you can go from the speed of light to one thousands times the speed of light within a second.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
That's insane.
I want to do that.
I mean, when you think about things like that.
But how would you stop in space? How would you stop?
I mean,
in space though? Like,
You just smack something.
don't smack a rock.
yeah, don't hit it. Don't
You
hit a
couldn't.
meteor
You
or
couldn't
anything.
smack like a pebble this size. It would go through
Well,
your
you
ship like a
could
bullet.
once you're going faster than the speed of light.
Well,
They'd have to develop like a shield that could go around the ship in order to protect it from like
Yeah.
asteroids and things hitting it. Because when they're going that fast, I mean, something the size of a baseball could be like a nuke hitting it. You know.
Beam me up, Scotty.
well, because there's still all the broken satellites and all that shit that's
Yeah.
floating around up there. So you going too fast and you crash into one of those. And
I mean, just think like how many solar systems have like an asteroid field.
Do you think there'd be
Ours does right after Mars.
Do you think there'd be traffic jams in space?
No, because I mean, you can always go down or up or left or right,
I mean, unless they like enforce some type of
like lanes.
yeah, like you can only stay right here. Like you can't
Red
go.
light.
Yeah, you know
That'd be dumb.
that'd be let.
I'd be fighting the power.
That
I
would
would just be
defeat the
driving
purpose.
like the don't walk on the grass,
Oh,
but
yeah.
it's like in space. Like that's my property. It's like, dude, it's space. It's nothing. It's nothingness.
Well, that's basically. I mean, if you're going that far, you might as well say they might as well go ahead and start building colonies on different planets and things like that.
I'm for it.
Well, I mean,
I wouldn't be against it.
the whole Mars thing that they're trying to do.
Yeah, but that's gonna have to
Yes.
be underground. Like nobody can survive.
That is
like
true.
The sun, like there's no atmosphere there to protect you from the sun's rays. Like so, if you're on the surface, you're getting straight radiation poisoning from the sun rays that are hitting you, like directly. So I mean that it'd have to be underground. But if there's anything on Mars, any life, anything exciting, anything at all, it's gonna be underground. Like it's nothing can survive on the
Yeah,
surface.
but with our government, apparently you can't put anything past them, so they'll do anything.
Well, the
We don't really get into
Yeah, we don't like
government.
talking about the government.
Yeah, it's,
The government. But see, I think what scares me about technology is its ability to control people and consume people.
Yes.
So if someone controls technology 20 years in the future, they control everything. They can control what you see. They can become a propaganda machine if they want. They can control your entire life. That's what scares me. Now, if we could do it to where technology could be freely expressed and uncorrupted and everything else, then yeah, I think we should make those strides. You know, like the future is quite interesting when you think about the possibilities to come. I mean, think about it 50 years ago. If you told everybody you're going to have a small rectangle that you carry with you everywhere and is literally going to become your life.
basically a supercomputer in your pocket.
Yeah, like you can look up the answer to almost anything.
Yeah.
You can communicate and talk and be like, you could be thousands of miles away from somebody and talk to them. You can play video games, which they wouldn't even know what it is. Well, 50 years ago, they had arcade games. So you play them, you take them wherever you go. They're in your pocket.
Yeah.
You know, you can make phone calls. You can see each other. Phone calls that you can see. If you told someone that 50 years ago, they would have called you crazy.
50, even like 20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago they would have looked at you.
Yeah,
Like,
like your phone.
what are
Well,
you
no,
talking about?
because
What are you
because
talking
20 years ago that was the rumor that like it'll never happen, but they say they're working on a way
Right.
where you can see each other when you call. And then what? In 2006, 2007, Skype is a thing, and it's on a
Yeah,
computer.
somewhere around
And
there.
then like 2014, 15, it's implemented into iPhones.
I just want to say to every teacher I had in elementary school who say you'll never have a calculator all the time, they lied.
Yeah, they took
They
a big
lied.
L on that one.
because
Another
Now I
thing,
have a
like,
I have a
calculator.
smart one.
Literally,
it almost makes a watch obsolete too. I mean,
yeah.
it's like you only wear a watch if you don't feel like looking in your
My
pocket.
man, now you're getting watches to make your phone obsolete.
I know.
Yeah.
Now we're getting smartwatches. Well, they're like companions. They don't make your phone obsolete. They can't work without.
Well, they
a
have
phone.
the cellular version of it that has its own you can use it by itself. and
I know,
everything.
but have you ever sent a text message on one of those things? They're
Oh,
they're
no.
very challenging too.
Yes,
they're,
they are.
They're cancer. I hate
especially like
texting.
typing on it because it's so small, so you have
Like-
to talk to it.
Yeah, I would just rather pull out my phone and text.
Honestly.
So are you waiting for like the hologram projector watches?
Oh,
Next.
bruh. Those, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Or what I'm waiting for is like the little microchip that goes into your wrist.
Oh.
So like you can unlock your doors with it, you know?
That's
Don't
crazy.
they have
I
those?
was just thinking.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you can get a chip in your hand that unlocks doors. You can program like you order the lock for whatever door and kind of
And
whatever.
you just cut your hand open and throw it
No,
inside.
you will get a surgical and surgically.
So they
put it
got
in your
doctors
hand.
on retainers at this door handle company.
No, you go to a doctor, they'll do it. Like you just install. It's just right under your skin.
I'll
You
do
can
it
also-
myself.
You can go to a tattoo shop and do it. I think it's like a dermal tattoo. It just goes right under the first couple layers of skin, but it unlocks stuff and
But
unlocks.
you're gonna have to
I'd
get
do
it
it.
cut because it's got to be tucked away. I know, like your car,
do it.
everything.
Yeah, I
Like,
totally.
That's
do
the
that.
future.
Yeah,
That's the future. I mean,
100%.
People put their Apple Pay on their hands, stuff like that. Like people do
'cause
crazy.
think
would you
about-
get the microchip that like would let you see things
I was talking about that with
I don't know.
with Cameron
and
the
let
other
you hear
day.
music like and
And-
it's just in your head?
I would totally do that.
I would
like,
too.
have it just like
I don't want somebody
there?
to like, be
you-
up in my
but
brain.
like y'all are
though.
just walking around and you're like, "Hey, what are you doing over there?" I'm just watching TV.
Like I don't want to be in my brain. I don't want somebody else there.
yeah. But
Yeah.
how would think about that? How would that work with like phone calls and stuff though? Like if somebody called you with
Like, could you imagine them
like show out in
like
front of you?
streamline ads about a warranty into your brain? About your extended warranty?
But see, I don't think yeah, you'd have to find a way, like, because what if I just airdrop you like the Rick roll and I just continuously Rick roll you and you can't make it
yeah,
stop?
true.
Like I don't appreciate that.
But the thing about the microchip is, I think it'd be too easy to corrupt. You know what I mean?
It'd be very easy to control who like the majority of people who did have it.
It's easy to do that now.
Did you guys see Joe Rogan and Mark Zuckerberg's podcast? The Joe Rogan show. Mark Zuckerberg was a guest on there.
No, I have not.
They Zuckerberg talked about the future of like technology and gaming, at least within his fields, what he's seeing. He's working on like a VR headset that's just a pair of glasses. Like you just put on, you're sitting on the couch, like say, like you and I are sitting here, and it's like we're bored. It's like, hey man, you want to play a game of cards? And you're like, sure, but we don't have any cards. And we both put on our glasses, and like what we see is a deck of cards right here. They don't actually exist. It's virtual reality.
Yeah.
But it's on this table here, and there's a deck of cards, and then we shuffle them and we play with them like they're normal, but they're only in the glasses we're wearing.
That would be.
They don't
crazy.
actually exist. Like we could play chess right here, without being able to actually. If you took off your glasses, you wouldn't see it, but when you're wearing your glasses, you can see it. They're also like where you can watch a movie, and only if you're wearing the glasses. So like, say I don't know, you're with your family, they're watching football, you'd rather put on your glasses and watch whatever you want,
Now,
but
they
you're on the
do
same
make
TV.
glasses that like you can watch different things on the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but this is like an all-in-one, and then gaming and stuff like you'll actually be able to like say I'm playing a zombie game, and like when I wear my glasses, the zombies will be in my house instead of in their world, and I'm in my little play box thing, sandbox. You know what I mean?
That's crazy.
So I thought it was a cool concept.
I like
what he was
that.
talking about. Yeah,
I'd be interested. In that.
Facebook glasses.
Didn't they change the name of Facebook? Like
Meta, yeah.
or something? Yeah.
Have you played like the Oculus Quest 2s?
Oh yeah, I have two friends that have a.
Yeah, they're linked to Facebook. So like when you sign in with your Facebook to make an account with Quest.
I went to go get a pair from Best Buy the other day, but they only had a refurbished one.
I have. It's fun. I like the poker game in it where it's like legit. Like you go to a little virtual casino and you're sitting down and everyone around the table with you is also people with VR headsets on playing the same stuff, So you're just talking. It's like you're actually at a casino. You get your chips. You can spend money on them. I don't because I'm pretty good at cards normally. So I earn my money.
Right.
But then you can also smoke. It's funny, like, cause someone can pull out a cigarette and make their guy smoke, and then I can just lean over and pull it out of your mouth and put it in my mouth and smoke it. And then
That's
if they
great.
try to take it
That's
back, you
great.
just take it out and throw it across the room where no one can get it.
That's great.
Dude, it's a fun game.
I like that.
And you can just shit talk people.
Me and Hazy started playing old Yu-Gi-Oh on the PC.
Yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh
Yeah.
is turn-based.
Well, I mean, it's a card game.
I thought Hazy doesn't like turn-based games.
He likes Yu-Gi-Oh. Who doesn't like Yu-Gi-Oh though?
It's okay. It's a little
it's all
dramatic for my taste.
I love the old Yu-Gi-Oh. Nostalgic to it when I was a kid.
I'm gonna say I'd play it like if we were all in a group playing, then I'm not gonna be the one to be like, man, I don't want to play this. But
But it's like hard to take like a TV show
yeah,
that takes a card game life or death.
yeah,
Very true.
It's a TV show that makes a card game life or death. What? Which, I mean, if that's your cup of tea, I'll never shit on it or anything else.
Yeah.
But don't ask me to drink it. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah, I
That's
wouldn't.
fair.
I wouldn't be like, yeah, let's play this or let's do this. But it's all
Yeah,
right.
I mean, it'd be what it'd be. I'll say Suave J and I are currently trekking through the previous side-scrolling Mario game, where it's Mario, Luigi, Toadette, and Toad, and it came out for the Wii U and then was remastered for the Switch. Because apparently the rumor is, and normally when these rumors get leaked, they're normally true, that a new Mario game side-scroller is coming out this year. There's been nothing on it, but that's normal for Mario games. Like they do the Mario games completely in secrecy, and they just like release like small tidbits of information, and then they drop a trailer and they're like, it'll be out in a month. Like I don't know, we're like, it's done. It'll be done in a month. It'll be out in a month for you to buy. Here's the next Mario game. Pre-order it now. It'll be out in a month.
All Call of Duty be putting the trailer out for a year.
Yeah,
I know they get you hyped. The new one ain't even come out, and the one for next year is already being advertised.
I didn't really care for the newest Call of Duty.
It's the same.
It's
It's
Call of
everything's the
Duty.
same.
It's all right.
I want to
Call
see
of Duty.
some risks.
I've been playing. Me and my friends that play on PC, we've been playing Sons of the Forest.
Yeah, you were telling me about that the other day. I've seen
It's,
some stuff on the interwebs about that.
Dude, I like that game. I recently actually just got switched over to PC.
How do you
'cause
like it?
I enjoy it way
It's
better.
the master
than-
race.
Yes.
Doesn't the games feel more intimate on there?
Yes.
Like I feel like I'm connecting more. Like there's more buttons to press.
Yes.
Like I have.
I
it's
feel
a
like I have
different
more
feel.
control over like what I'm doing.
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, and I enjoy
Like
it.
you play something on PlayStation or Xbox, you got to press like 3 different buttons to do an action. On PC, everything has one button. You just
Yeah.
it makes things so much easier. And then the ability to just point my mouse wherever I want to look at. You know,
Yeah. I like it.
I don't have to worry about sticks. Oh yeah, that's fun.
That
PC's
drift,
top
though.
tier, huh?
That stick drift though.
Yeah,
See,
I will
just
say
don't-
being able to drag shot on console, like when I was quick scoping and stuff for
Yeah.
first persons, like on console, I was a lot better at quick scoping the drag shot and everything. But on PC, I'm goated now. Like
Yeah.
Siege, I don't know if you play Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh yeah. I haven't played it on PC yet, but I
Hazy was
played
actually-
on
Played on
Xbox and
PC.
stuff.
Hazy was trying to get with you last night about playing Siege.
I told him we might get on Siege, but we ended up not getting on Siege. We played Mario but we'll probably play Siege tonight.
I'll try to get him on Siege tonight.
Both of y'all
Maybe
get
we'll all
on.
run one.
Yeah, buy Siege.
I'll probably do it.
It's dude, Siege is so much more fun on PC.
It was an interesting game when I was playing on Xbox, so it'd probably be a lot better.
It is, and
Yeah.
I just love a game where like any gun is a one shot kill to the head. That's like how it would normally be.
Yes.
Like if I shoot you in the head, how can you still shoot me?
Literally.
And this game does it. Doesn't matter what gun it is. You shoot them in the head, they're dead.
Cause
Yeah.
Call of Duty
Because Call of Duty, they ruined an entire generation of
and
gamers.
Halo.
Ain't Halo, but at least Halo like was upfront about it. Like we have shields and everything else. You know, Call of Duty's just like I'm a dude, but I can take 3 headshots before I die.
Yeah.
Remember when it was
Whole
King
clip.
Kong running around and Godzilla?
On Call of Duty, yeah, I do remember Warzone having Kong, but they were like
jeez.
smaller versions of themselves. That like they were like
it wasn't
100 foot tall.
Yeah, it wasn't full size.
Like they're supposed to be like about 300 foot tall, but it was still fun to just see them attacking things.
Yeah.
That's Call of Duty. It's trying to be like Fortnite,
Yeah.
and they just can't get it.
Yeah, Fortnite.
I don't know. I don't know.
I've never seen another game have that many different.
Skins, just skins. I'm not doing another podcast
Okay.
bitching
But-
about the skins though. We spent all last podcast bitching about the skins in Fortnite.
There's just too many.
It's way too many.
It's way too many. You can literally be anything.
What do you
and
guys?
anyone.
What do you guys think like the future of video game technology will look like? Do you think we're ever going to get to a point like? Have you seen Black Mirror,
Yes.
where he puts the little chip on the side of his head and then he
Yes.
fucks his friend in the video game?
Yes.
What if not fucking, but what if we could do that and we could just teleport into the game and play?
I'd
Not
do-
fuck, but play.
I mean, whatever you're down for.
Yeah. I'll
Be what it be.
It depends
I-
on the characters.
I
that
think
we get to
video
choose from.
games. I think video games are gonna get to a point of like absolute insanity, like putting the
Like
chip
it's real?
in there. Like
Yeah.
yes, like you're real life in the game at this point.
And like people are gonna get PTSD in real life because
literally because they're at war. You're
or there's gonna be a lot more deaths in real life just because they're like, oh, I jump off of buildings all the time in the video game. You know, like
You know what I call that?
stupidity.
Natural selection.
that's fine. Yeah, if you jump off, man, that's on you. Like, hey, man, if you really think like video games are real, then maybe you shouldn't.
Yeah,
be
maybe
alive.
you
Who knows?
should
Yeah.
jump off.
Go
and
ahead,
just
bro.
Maybe
because-
we'll be stronger without you.
Yeah,
you know what I
gonna
mean.
be that-
if you believe you could do what you're doing on this game, bro, go ahead.
I mean,
Have
there's
fun.
going to be that very slim chance that maybe you can fly.
And then you know what? I'll admit I'm wrong. I'll be
Yeah.
like, God
Yeah.
damn, son,
Till
you got
that
me.
day, I'm going to say, try it.
Yep, go ahead.
I'll watch.
I bet you.
I'll record it for you.
I feel bad. I'll cry a little bit at your funeral. That's about it, though.
My money's on gravity, though. I promise you.
Gravity's like
Oh, my money's on science. 100%.
gravity's undefeated out here. Gravity don't fuck around. Gravity's like you coming to me, son, whether you like it or
hey,
not.
Straight up, you could jump if you want to. Have
She's
fun,
in them
dude.
streets, bro. She ready.
Yeah, she's down there. She's lurking about, waiting.
But no, I think
So I'll pull you in. I'll suck you in.
I think video games are gonna get to a point of like unbelievable, like whole body. Put your bodysuit on.
Yeah.
in the game
Like Ready Player One.
yeah, like straight up.
Bro,
You
bro.
just did that, and I don't know why, but I had a teacher in high school. We called him Captain Price, like Call of Duty. But one time he just told us a story about his friend in college who decided he didn't want to live anymore, so he killed himself by getting inside of a sleeping bag and tying the top shut, and then throwing himself off of a building so that he wouldn't like give people PTSD by seeing his brain splat. So the cleanup was literally just picking up a bag and throwing it in the thing and taking it away.
Because that was so
He was so
considerate.
thoughtful. That's what I was like. Oh, he's like, I didn't want. He's like, man, my friend didn't want to give anybody PTSD or scar anybody, so he jumped off the building inside of a bag.
Like, that
so they
man-
just picked up the bag and threw it away.
So
Bro, that man was thinking about other people from the other
He's
side.
like, I just want to die. I don't want to scar anybody
right?
for
Like, I don't want to
life.
hurt nobody else. I just don't want to be here.
That's right. You still be here. Go enjoy your life. I'm just done.
Yeah, like I'm out.
Hey, I mean, at least he's like, you know what? If I go in this bag, they won't have to clean me up.
That's
Have
right.
some
I won't
type
be a
of dignity.
burden.
Let me
I'll
have some
finally
type of
not be a
dignity.
burden to somebody.
let me help out.
Kurt
I'm just
Cobain
trying to
did
do
the
my
opposite.
part. You know what I mean? Just trying to do my part.
There's a lot of people that do the exact opposite. You know what? I don't care about life. Let me just blow my brains all over this wall right here.
Yeah, have my family
Yeah.
come in my room to find me just my brain's blown
Screw it,
out.
bro.
Bro,
Screw
could you
it.
imagine just having to clean up after that?
I wouldn't.
I
I'd just
wouldn't.
leave.
Yeah. No, that house is no longer.
I would
They
never
hire-
step foot in
They
that house.
hire people
No.
to come in.
I don't care. I would never go back to that
I
house
wouldn't.
again.
I wouldn't hire anybody. I wouldn't pay anybody. I just wouldn't think about it. I'd be like, nope.
I
If
would
y'all
not-
get it cleaned
I
up,
actually had a friend in
that's
high
y'all.
school who
Good job.
swallowed a 22.
I will not be returning to that house no matter what, whether you clean it or don't clean it. So I really don't care.
We there was recently. I don't know him that well, but there was recently a kid. His name was Tyler. He was going through some things or whatever, and he literally went to his mom's house, parked his truck in her driveway, and blew his brains
In
out.
his mom's
in
house?
his mom's driveway
That's rough.
in the truck.
You gonna let your
Yeah.
mom find you?
Lit, bro, crazy.
That's a tough go. See, if I was gonna kill myself, I wouldn't want anybody to like anyone I cared about to find me. Like, let the cops find me and identify
Bro,
me. You know what I mean?
nobody's gonna find me.
Not
Like
unlike,
if I
Well, no, because
I'm just-
I'm not gonna leave the mystery out. I would like my
No, I
family to
would.
have closure. Like, hey, I went out. It's not your fault. This is all on me.
Nah, get you
I'm
a
just
Scooby snack
tired.
and come figure it out.
Like, hey, don't look for me. You ain't gonna like what you find. All right, let's not sit
Yeah.
here and talk about me killing myself. I have no suicidal thoughts.
My man, Cheeks.
Yes, sir.
let me ask you this:
Sure, go ahead.
aliens.
Sure.
Do you think do you think the pyramids were built by aliens,
Oh,
or do you think the idea was given by somebody off world? Like,
I don't know. I don't know, man. We don't know enough. Like, when people say it's unimaginable, it's unimaginable. Our minds can't compute like aliens.
what do you
At
know?
the moment.
Like the pyramids. Like what besides like what was taught like basic about the pyramids? Like what do you know about them? Anything more than that?
Man, well, people are talking about like how they're so level or square or whatever, like it's perfect. Man, you gotta realize, like, everything you see in this world that's worth seeing, Mount Rushmore, the Great Wall of China, the pyramids, they're all built by slaves. So I just think them slaves are really
Do you
good.
think the
Them
pyramids are really
Egyptians,
built by like crafted by slaves? Like who do you think told them to build it? Like
The king at the time, he had the plans and he made the slaves work, and they sat there with the whips and everything.
okay,
and,
so
and
King
hit 'em.
Tut?
do you know the
Yeah, I don't think it was
Was it-
Tut.
wasn't Tut.
It wasn't Tut.
No, it was King
it was
something.
the second pharaoh of like the second.
Yeah, it was a
dynasty.
pharaoh.
The only one I know is King
I'll
Tut.
lie to you if I tell you the name.
Yeah, I don't know the name. I just
King
know
Tut was
King
the-
Tut was like the youngest one, right?
Yeah.
He was like very young when he
I
died.
think he was the last one or something like that.
He was one of the few last ones. He was after Cleopatra.
No, he
and all
got
that.
a pyramid for him, but they're talking about
Yeah.
the Great Pyramids of
Well,
Egypt,
actually-
so like the two biggest ones.
Oh, okay.
Like none of the pyramids have ever had any indication of being burial sites. Like they're not tombs.
Yeah.
Well, there are bodies in them though.
No, they're not.
No.
They're not.
Nobody
No.
has ever been found in a pyramid. They're not tombs. That
Well,
was
where
just
did we get that idea from?
from school, from books.
Yeah, because that's like a picture that they painted.
So
But that- it's
also,
not- there's
with,
nothing
with the
underneath them.
slave thing. I'll say this only because I've read some books now that I like by author Graham Hancock, which I think is one of the books I was
Yeah.
bringing you. But he was saying that there's actual because he's been inside the Great Pyramid of Giza and all that,
I would go pyramid diving.
and he was
Oh,
saying
dude, I would jump in a
I
pyramid
would
so
totally
quick.
do
that if
Do you
s-
believe in the curse? Like, oh, you'll get cursed for going.
No.
Well, it's only if you take anything.
yeah,
huh?
if you take something,
If you take
something,
You can
I
just
don't
go
wanna-
in there and
I
explore.
I just want to look. Yeah, I don't
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
take anything.
That,
No.
that was somebody else's.
But he's saying there's like 30-ton megalithic.
Oh no, I'm dumb. I might take something if it looks expensive. I'm like, oh, I could sell that and not have to work no more.
Ooh, look at this.
Shiny.
Like, look, even
let
if
me
this
touch it.
curse kills me in 5 years, that's 5 years I didn't have to work in my life. That's a good day to me.
But there's like 30-ton megalithic marble stones that are like suspended in the air inside the Great Throne of the pyramid. And there's no way you could legally just pick these up or slide them up. So there's all these different
I mean, you
theories
could
of
with
how
pulleys, huh?
a 30-ton rock.
Yeah, you know how strong.
And there's no
you'd have
seam
to
when
be?
they're inside it, like they've explored through it. There's nothing like glue wise that hold these things together. There's pure just sculpted to fit precisely together.
Maybe it's something like so obvious we're not thinking about it. Maybe that rock was the first thing there and they carved and sculpted it out and then built all the rocks around it. We don't know.
So the top of the pyramid,
Sure.
if you stand at the very top of it,
Sure.
on I want to say the longest day of the winter solstice, it
Uh-huh.
actually lines up to like 1/10 of a degree to perfect zero in the stars.
But I don't know. I don't think
It's just a lot of different theories.
I don't think it's
like,
impossible that humans did it. I understand like it's mind blowing.
It might not be impossible, but
Well,
it
why
might
would
have
an
taken them a
alien
lot
come
longer
here?
than they
I'm
think.
not saying aliens put it together.
Yeah,
I'm
but
saying,
that's the big argument. Why would aliens come here, build us a pyramid, and then
I say
see you
humans put
later?
it together, but I also believe there was
the idea came from somewhere else.
Do you think there was secret technology back then
Yes.
that has gone extinct to us and we don't know about anymore
Yes.
and have no
But-
record of?
Yes.
not in technology is how you
Not
think.
like a phone, but
Yeah,
like
just a different. Okay, so there's maps that are drawn from way older,
or maybe they had certain
versions,
tools.
like longitude and latitude. You know how hard it is to get longitude.
Yeah,
You have to
it's
have
quite hard.
true time for basically a set amount of time, and it can never lose a second.
They can get your longitude correctly.
Easy,
Your
with stars.
latitude is they just give you a rough estimate.
Correct. So to get a true latitude line to the degree of some of these maps have been drawn, they'd had to have had time instruments that they didn't believe that existed.
Well, yeah.
till-
Well, they used like water time instruments back then.
Well, that's when it was invented back in like the 1800s.
Well, I mean, it's like the same guy that like he hasn't even seen the entire world, but just based off of what he knew, he guessed what the circumference of the world was, and he was only off by like a couple miles. Mm-hmm. I mean, like you're thinking, but you're also thinking of if we were like them. We come from a very coddled environment. These people had to think. The smart ones were significantly smarter than the smart ones now.
Yeah.
Like they had to think and do everything the old-fashioned way. They didn't have a phone. They didn't have a calculator. They had to work everything out and do all the math by hand. So overall, their brains were sharper than ours because they had to use them more. We have so many easy ways out now. So you're also thinking about that. Back then, the average person was very... it was life or death. Like you have to think smart or you'll die, So they were smarter back then. I think they made less errors. Their brains were sharper. They made less mistakes. I already said that, but they were more intentional about their work. They thought about what they did because that's their whole life. We sit here, we go to work, we do a half-assed job or whatever you want to say, because that's not living your life. That's work. Then you go home and that's when you do things you enjoy. You pay attention. You're more likely to do good work on your home than you are at your job. You know what I mean? And it's the same with them back then, though, but that was their whole life. That's all they had going for them was the pyramid. They woke up, thought about the pyramids all day, worked on the pyramids all day, went home, went to sleep, got up, thought about the pyramids all day, worked on the pyramids, and so on and so forth. So they had sharper minds back then. So I'm completely like okay with accepting the fact that they were just better back then, so they could, because they were just sharper people in general.
I mean, they were smarter, but I don't think the whole society was. I mean, you still had to have hunter-gatherers, but...
Well, I'm not saying smart in a sense of, like, they knew quantum mechanics or anything else, but they were smarter in the sense of if something happened, they knew how to react. They knew the old-fashioned way of how to get things level. We use a level. They might have used angles and everything else, and they might have had like some large protractor tool that we never even knew existed. We have no idea. Yeah, and they might have been better at using it than we are, and they're more intentional with our work. We cut corners now. They didn't cut corners back then. They couldn't. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, could you imagine cutting corners and then still having a pyramid that's literally been hundreds of thousands
exactly.
of years
They didn't
old?
Cut corners. Now we cut corners.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's a totally different time, and I think that's where it comes from.
Like the Sphinx that they believed has actually used to be, when it was originally built, was a lion, not a cat. It was remade a cat by one of the pharaohs.
That liked cats. Yeah. I saw that one. Like originally as a lion, but he was more of an artsy guy, and he preferred cats.
So crazy theory about the Sphinx, if it was a lion, and they are right about that, for the Sphinx to line up to the constellation of the lion, it had to have been about 12,000 years ago, which was right before the end of the last ice age, meaning there was a civilization through the world before the major flood of the world.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, the thing with the major flood is it just probably wiped out any information we could have had about what came before. Like any books were destroyed,
Well, the Library of Alexandria was, burst into flames.
I know. It had more content in it now than like our biggest library today had in it. And all that stuff, there was no internet or anything else, which we know. So it was just gone when it was all destroyed.
There's been like
so much history.
Source maps that have been found that said to have been dated back from the Library of Alexandria.
Well, I mean, you're going to have a couple lucky things. Like this thing was particularly, waterproof in a sense. It wasn't made out of pages or whatever. Yeah. This map was cloth. It can survive, in water for X amount of time. And if it got out in time.
Shoot, they used to put maps on anything.
I know.
Anything.
Like somebody would take this wood off this table. Like, oh, the legs broke. Well, let's make a map on the top of it. They would do that kind of stuff.
Hey, I mean, they needed it.
They would get the little chipper in, and they would go down the thing and make the maps.
They were resourceful back then. They didn't waste anything.
No, yeah. They used everything.
What do you think about the new the amount of like cities that are being found in part of the Amazon jungle?
Yeah, they're using the new technology, right? The infrared, whatever.
LiDAR,
yeah, the LiDAR, and they're finding the underground temples that were above ground at one point, but like I guess the ground is raised around it.
Yeah, they found parts of it above ground,
or some of it's sunk. Like they would look and be like, okay, this is like a little 2-story coming out the ground. You've seen them, the old little Mayan temples. Yeah, you can just turn it this way until it tightens up. That's fine. So like the old Mayan temples, and like, oh, we think it's 2 stories. We don't see a way in, but we think that's it. And then they use the LiDAR and like, oh, this thing goes down like fucking like,
Like
10 stories.
Yeah,
Like
it's
10
nuts.
stories underground. Like, so we need to bust out this roof so we can get down there because they thought it was just like a little 2-story guy and the floor was sealed. They didn't think anything was underneath it.
Yeah.
You know, turns out there's like 10 stories of stuff underneath the ground, and they're finding caves that lead to underground Mayan temples and stuff
In
like
the
that.
last like 6 years, Göbekli Tepe, or 6 or 8 years, Göbekli Tepe was found, and that's
Yeah.
just an island off the coast of off the eastern hemisphere. But it's dated back like 12,500 years ago, and it's all these megalithic stones that have precision drills, like holes drilled through them to line up the constellations and all this stuff that obviously was man-made, obviously can't be made by hunter-gatherers. Like, they had to have had a sophisticated society. But these are all time periods that have been previously stated that no civilization existed. So, I mean, the technology was there, obviously.
Yeah.
It was a different kind of technology.
Well, yeah, you gotta think about it. Back then, I mean, technology to them back then was just whatever it was to help them.
I think
get
it
A
was
to the
hammer
day.
was technology to them.
I think it was a lot
a
more
a knife.
astrological
yeah.
advances back then than anything. Like,
mean, think about
astronomy
it.
was used for a lot.
They
Oh,
used
yeah.
rocks to kill animals the size of humans back then.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Like a whole rock.
They
like,
used the stars for like navigation. They used the sun's placement for time.
riverways, the way the water is flowing.
Yep.
Like they understood like nature way more than more than I do. I know
you-
that for a fact.
Want to hear the newest theory I've seen?
Huh.
So I sent you an article a couple days ago about the
Correct.
continent of Africa.
Oh, yeah.
It is showing signs of splitting, basically continental drift.
Oh, dude.
Nothing. It will cause a new ocean to be born right here. And Africa will split in half, but it's not going to like another thousands of years. But there is signs of it splitting. So the new theory that I was reading on a couple different articles, I'd have to go into another rabbit hole to find them, but it was saying that the old story of parting of the Red Sea was just an old continent. It's just a story of continental drift and a new ocean being born between two land masses that were once conjoined.
apart.
That would make a lot of sense.
And they said when the plates pulled apart, it created a suction that sucked a Roman ship down, and that's why there's a bunch of chariots sitting in the ocean.
That would make sense because like when he parted, this is stupid, but when he parted, it never went back. So
It's the parting of the Red
yeah,
Sea.
it just
Yeah, they parted it, and then like the army went in, and then they made it all through and collapsed it or whatever.
Right.
So like we found all these ships at the bottom of the sea, and everyone's like, "Oh, so it's right." Well, that's one theory, or you know,
Right.
or
Right.
the tectonic plates shifted, creating a rift to open up. So all that space where there's no water, so water drops,
drops
and created
in
a
there.
suction in, and then the
just
ship
brought
was by, and it brought the ship down. So which is why there's a bunch of Roman ship
Right.
and chariots and armor and dead bodies at the bottom of the Red Sea.
That would
That's
make
where
sense.
tectonic plates moved and where water basically collapsed in on itself and sucked the ship down to the sea, to the deeps of the ocean. So, I mean,
Perhaps.
perhaps it's a theory. It's a more
Good.
believable theory than a sea splitting in half. But
And then
Yeah, I
a
just-
man saying, ha, ha.
hey,
Open.
look.
Sorry, I don't, I'm sorry, I'm not
But
gonna
look,
go
if
there.
he really did that, man, hats off to him. Man, this man split a sea. I give it to you. If you can actually split a
Hey.
sea, man, hey,
Hey.
you got my respect.
honestly, if somebody stood in front of me and put a staff in the ground
And split the sea.
and split the sea,
That man is God to me.
that man, hey, he could tell me whatever he wants.
That's
I believe
right.
him.
He'd be
I
like,
believe
I'm
him.
God.
I
I'm like,
believe.
I see it, son.
I believe you,
There's
sir.
the proof.
And he said he'll be back on the sunrise of the 5th day from the east.
From the east.
From the east, I'm like,
You'll see me
right.
out there looking like it's the 5th day. My
Well,
boy
yeah.
said he was coming through. I believed him.
That's Lord of the Rings.
Oh, yeah. On the 5th day. No, they say the 5th light. Look
My
to
bad.
the east on the 5th light.
oh, jeez.
I wish we still talk like that.
Like Old English?
Like,
Well, like a little bit like that. Instead of seeing, I'll see you on Sunday. I'll see you the first light of next week. Doesn't that sound better?
just more
Sunday morning, the
sophisticated,
first
I guess.
light of
I
next
feel like
week.
it's
Is
just
that-
more complicated.
that'd be like around like Shakespeare time and stuff like that, right?
No, actually,
No.
from Shakespeare time, if I played you a recording of someone talking from there, it'd be English, but you wouldn't understand a single
No,
fucking word.
literally. No,
like we've heard like old English spoken like in my history classes I've taken, and it is. I was
it's
like,
terrible.
what? Like, why are you rolling your R for the letter M? I was like, my man, you are doing the most over here.
I need an example.
That man needs like 15 syllables just to say hello. He's got to get out 15 whole syllables just to tell this man hello. Oh my Lord, but no.
See, that's why we.
But no joke,
just
I be
bow.
loving some Shakespeare. Like I love theater, literature. I love Macbeth. Macbeth is a good story. I like Charles Dickens. Like Great Expectations is a phenomenal book.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little distinguished. I like the arts a little bit.
I liked War and Peace.
Went to an opera a couple weeks ago, you know.
Yeah, how was that?
I like a good opera. It was good. I love opera music. It was my first like legit one I went to. It was Andrea Bocelli. He's a blind Italian guy.
I think I'd give it a try.
It's fun. I just didn't know. I took a friend, right?
Yeah.
You know, she was going to be my date. And then we get down there, and I'm looking around, and these tickets were purchased for me. I did not directly purchase these tickets. So I'm looking around, and my brother's there, and his old lady is his date, right? I'm just with a friend. I'm like, I was like, why does this kind of look like Valentine's Day? And he's like, it is Valentine's Day. And so I turned to the left, and then like the chick I brought, she's like, wait, is this a Valentine's Day thing? I was like, I swear to God, I ain't know. I was like, we were just keeping things friendly here. I didn't know this was like one of them. So
Oh, bad.
at least they didn't have us like hold hands and everything.
Right.
That'd have been weird.
Opera. I think I'd try it out.
I'd
Try it.
I like opera music, but I can feel it. It gets to me. It'll bring a tear to my eye. You know what I mean?
I'm willing to try anything once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't get quiet now.
Don't get quiet on us now.
I'm listening.
Yeah, I was waiting to hear the rest of that sentence.
I don't know. Music is music.
Music
I'll try
is
it.
indeed music, and I've spent a lot of my life.
Did you just
Listening.
spill that on yourself?
No,
Is
the
that-
condensation got me.
I thought you looked down. I was like, did you?
No, the
sorry.
condensation got me. I was
No.
looking at it. Let's
Did
all look
you?
at my crotch to see the water from this
I will
bottle.
get you a sippy cup.
I bet
I'm joking.
sippy cups don't sweat. I got a Yeti. That's what I normally use, but not right now.
It'd be like that.
The only type of music that I can't listen to.
It's stadium country music. I can listen to old time country
What is
music.
Stadium country music.
It's like the half country, half pop shit that we're getting nowadays. Like the old school country, I like Oak Ridge Boys, Tim McGraw, Conway Twitty.
Like bluegrass, huh?
I like it, you know, that twangy, you know, kind of thing. But like when you get to like Luke Bryant and all
I like
that,
Luke Bryant. I like Luke Bryant and
it's not what they sing isn't real art. They just figured out the words that they need to say to sell records. None of them are country boys like they project themselves to be. Yeah, I'm out in the fields working. Oh, got to take my private fucking jet to go play in an arena. No, they're paying $3,000 for a pair of boots that have never seen a day's work and acting like they're a blue collar worker just to sell records to blue collar workers. Get out of here.
I mean, I
music
bought a
isn't
pair of-
art.
I mean, come on. That's any music though. Look,
music's an
you
art.
could say that with country artists. You could say that with R&B artists. You could say that with rappers. You could say that with
Sure, but
all
country's
music
like the
now.
most prevalent with it.
Yeah.
There's more posers in country than any other genre. Any other.
I don't know. I feel like rap is
Rap-
taking a close
Oh
second
yeah.
nowadays.
There's whole gangs going down.
That's racist.
no, it's true.
I'm just kidding.
It's totally true, bro. There's rappers out here that come out and they're proposing to
course.
be, I'm gangster, I'm this,
They're just
I'm
trying to
that,
get
and then-
paid.
Speaking of just not rapper, it's he's a sports.
What's one rapper you wouldn't fist fight? There's several rappers I would definitely fist fight. But what's
Like,
one rapper?
wait,
you wouldn't fist fight?
currently in the rap game right now or just
yeah,
ever?
still live.
Oh, bro.
But like you can even hit me with Dr. Dre. You know what I mean?
I
Like,
wouldn't fuck with NLE.
I wouldn't fuck with
Suge
Dr.
Knight.
Dre. Suge Knight, you wouldn't fuck with Suge. I wouldn't fuck with
Fuck
Suge
no.
Knight too.
Fuck no.
That man went to jail. Man, that man
Tripping.
was murdering people.
Suge Knight would not even fight you. He'd slap the shit out you one good time and make you think about what
He's
you just said to
a
him.
money gangster. He wasn't.
What?
Suge
Suge
Knight.
grew up with
Bruh.
both.
My favorite
What?
Suge Knight moment was
Suge
him in
had
Reno
more murder
911.
charges than Boosie, bro. What
I
you
know.
talking about?
Conspiracy, never murder. Conspiracy.
He did that. We know
He
he,
was
did
dead.
that.
He was like,
No, I'm not
whacking
saying
shit.
he didn't do. I'm saying conspiracy, as in he hired somebody or he knew he told somebody else to go kill. He never pulled the trigger. He was never charged with murder.
That we know of. You know, there could have been other
He's
people.
never
said-
charged.
They said the same about Boosie.
No, Boosie killed.
It's
him.
like OJ. I wouldn't disrespect OJ,
Stop.
not
He
because
did
I
it.
think OJ would kill me, but
He
because
did
I
it.
think OJ would hire somebody to kill me.
if the glove fits.
Hey, bro.
If the
hey,
boot
bro, listen.
fits.
I don't know where that glove came from, but that's bullshit. I don't know where the fuck that glove came from. But
Bruh,
that's some
I could
bullshit.
get a pair of gloves to go on my hand and then take it off, look dead at you, and make it not fit. The same exact glove.
Hey, give me
can't.
give me your top 3 best rappers in the game today. If you say Eminem, I'm gonna shit on you.
Oh, I'm gonna shit on him too.
Anyone that says Eminem,
Like, just
is a
my
good
top-
rapper,
like,
can get
my
shit on.
top
He
3.
talks fast. He has no content.
My man,
None
Young
of his
Gravy's a
his
better
lyr-
lyricist
yes,
than Eminem.
Eminem's lyrics make no sense. He just words that rhyme together. That's what he does. He plays a Mad Lib and then spits it.
Door hinge. Come on.
He's got a good voice.
It's
can
his
spit
voice.
fast.
It's
He
his
spits really
voice,
fast.
and it's the way he's
got
putting
good
it out
beats.
there.
But his lyrics make no sense. I mean,
His
I can sit there
engineer's
and just
fire.
rap
What do you
Fiji,
mean?
Luigi.
He is literally.
I did it that easy. I'm Eminem. Fiji, Luigi.
He's
I
staying
did it-
famous
I gotta
off
wash
of
my
it.
windows, grab a squeegee. That's Eminem for you. That easy. Look at me. I'm Eminem. Look at me go. Oh my God. Get the fuck out of here.
I mean, those syllables actually weren't too far off. He only rhymes like 2-syllable words.
yeah,
Like they're not that sophisticated.
yeah.
You know who's a
Eminem
better
sucks.
lyricist?
Anyways,
2
top.
Chainz.
Give me 2 Chainz. I like 2 Chainz. Give me your 3 best rappers in the game right now.
man.
Right now, today. Right now.
Oh, jeez. Okay. All right. I'm going off of pure personal preference here.
That's
that's
fine.
what we
That's
want.
yeah. We can't
All right,
expect
so-
you
We
to give
can
anything
roast you
else.
genuinely.
That's right. I want to know what you're about so I can know to talk shit or not, or to agree with you.
Oh man. My number 3. I'll start there.
Yeah, good.
My
starting
number
point.
3. I'll go with the baby. at
The
number
baby.
3.
So you're anti-cancel the baby.
Listen.
So you like listening to the
Hold
same,
on.
so the same title?
No.
with different
The
words.
baby said some really
I
really
know.
homophobic things
Wait,
at a
hold
live
on,
concert.
Hold on now.
The baby
I'm
was
not
good
saying-
for his first like 2 songs.
I'm not saying what he like.
just
what
talking about
he's
pure
doing.
talent
Yeah,
wise.
I'm talking
Okay.
about the music that he's putting out. Now, what that young man is doing outside
That
of the
young
studio,
man.
that has nothing to do with me.
That ain't no young man. That's the baby.
That
That's not a young man.
has killed 2 people wearing a set of diapers. So
That ain't no young
And
man.
he shot a nigga in the middle of Walmart. This nigga shot a nigga in the middle of Walmart.
and walked out. So he tried to rob
It
him.
was, it was like what? What?
Like straight up walked out.
No
like,
one
"Hey,
cares about that. They only care about the homophobic
That
things
is
he
true.
said on stage.
yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
that funny?
Literally, that's
You
all that
can
matters.
kill somebody, but don't you dare say anything
This
against
man
the
wrote a
gays.
whole ass freestyle about killing that dude, saying I was wearing you got killed by a dude who wears a diaper. How you feel?
Literally.
At least he owns it. At least he owns that diaper.
My
brain
number
thing.
2. That's weird. Number 2. I'm gonna go with G Herbo at number 2.
I'm sorry, my cat is just backing her ass up on you there.
That cat's all good. I didn't even notice it honestly.
She's like a big Godzilla. That's what I look at her and that's what I see. Like a fat Godzilla. She's a hefty gal. That's my baby though. What'd you say? What was number 2?
Number 2. I'm gonna go with G Herbo.
I'm not too familiar with him, but I have heard a couple of his things. It's a solid. I don't know.
I'm not
number
gonna-
2. I haven't heard enough to be like he'd be number 2 for me.
I'm not gonna lie. All right, if you listen to his music, he is not a on beat rapper. He's not.
He's just like a say whatever.
Yeah, he's not. I've yet to hear a song where he is actually like on beat with the song.
yeah.
I'm just saying you put him at number 2 and you haven't given him a compliment yet.
I know.
No. I fuck with his music. I like it. My whole playlist. It's just I listen to G Herbo. That's just what I've listened to. Whatever. But I will say that because that's what a lot of people say about him. A lot of people are like, oh no, he didn't even on beat. Well, like, are you listening to what he's actually talking about? Like,
Yeah.
you listen to what this song is actually about, or you just
No, they listen
You know
to
what I mean?
Eminem.
Who's
Like
your
that-
number one? Give me your number one.
oh man, that's what I've been kind of regretting. Well, not regretting, but like pushing off because number one, dude.
Here, before you reveal number one, give you a couple extra minutes to think about it. Here you go. This is what I want now. Best white rapper in the game right now.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow.
That's fair. That's solid.
Jack Harlow, 100%.
I think he's a little overhyped, but he's not bad.
I mean, for what Jack Harlow like truly is, he's yeah, dude's dope.
I think.
I mean,
Ed
compared to
Sheeran's a
Young
better rapper
Gravy.
than him. Young Gravy.
Yeah, come on.
Young Gravy's fun though.
Young Gravy is fun.
I'd go see Young Gravy live.
I think Arter played me one of his songs, and I did like it. I'm not gonna lie, I did
He's
like
got
it.
Young Gravy is this thing about him that like I hate to love him, but because he doesn't have like sophisticated songs, like they're
No.
not lyrical
No,
genius.
he just talks
songs.
about fucking people's mothers.
But the beats are so catchy, and like his little short tidbit bars that he does are just so catchy.
Yeah.
That makes it really good.
Oops, baby, fuck up on your bitch like,
Like,
oopsie
oopsie
daisy,
daisy.
dude. He's a better lyricist than Eminem. Ed Sheeran's a better rapper than Eminem.
Man, Trace Adkins could get it just but way faster than Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem is just so overrated,
I mean, he's only staying really popular off of dissing people again.
and he's such a sellout. Oh my god, he sells out.
I don't know. MGK
That-
sells out pretty more.
Well,
whole
more,
thing-
sure, but he
That whole
still
thing was
sells
nothing
out.
more but a publicity
But I mean,
stunt.
they all sell out. Yeah.
That whole thing was nothing more but we got a few good songs out of it though.
I mean, who won? Who won?
Eminem.
Eminem
what do you
won.
mean?
Okay.
Eminem won.
I'm just making sure.
But I could have beat Machine Gun Kelly. Just saying, I could have done that. Machine Gun Kelly's nothing,
He's not a rapper, bro.
and he's not intimidating. He tries to act all intimidating. He's got them little toothpick legs.
No, I don't know what's up with dude, but he
he makes some good music, though. I mean, I
He
can't take that away
occasionally
from him. That's
makes
what
a
I'm saying.
catchy song.
he had Wild Boy.
Yeah.
That was it.
Speaking of boy, what about them Island Boys? Remember them?
Oh, Island Boys.
Bro,
Them Island Boys.
Bro, didn't one of them have to like rip all his goals out of his mouth or something like that?
I don't know. I know that both of them got their asses beat. Like somebody just beat their ass just to beat their ass.
That's hilarious.
I believe so.
Just see him in the street.
And then
Like, hey,
they were trying to be like, oh, they caught us off guard, and I was like, it was
there's
apparently
two of y'all.
And it was apparently one guy that beat the shit out of both of them. And he's like, he caught us off guard. And it's
It was
like,
an
I mean,
octopus.
they are the least threatening people I've ever seen in my life.
But see, that's another example of the rap game, of the rap community or
Was it?
culture.
I feel like that was more of just a TikTok example.
TikTok
like,
has ruined
TikTok
ruined a
has.
lot.
It has.
TikTok,
Yeah, but TikTok has completely ruined so many different avenues. It's ruined
everything.
music. I mean, the only thing I really like seeing on there right now, because everything gets overplayed real easy, but the one thing that's holding true, I don't know if y'all have seen it, is the AI of Barack Obama, Joe Biden, and Donald Trump playing video games together.
Oh,
like
yes,
Minecraft and
yes,
Overwatch.
yes.
Those are the
Yes.
best. I
Oh,
love them
yes.
so much. I saw one the other day. It was actually nobody was shitting on each other. It was Biden, Obama, and Trump, and they were just playing and they were being nice. It was the AI. And Biden's like, I need some wood. And Trump's like, I got you, homie. Here you go, man. And he's like, thanks, Trump. You know, and it was so wholesome. I enjoyed it. And then the Queen joined in and they were all three like, get the fuck out of here.
Mine's
was
full
good
of,
go.
Just anime.
Anime.
Mine is a lot of.
I mean, I got girls twerking occasionally. They pop up on there.
Every once in
And
a
I
while.
be looking at them. I ain't gonna lie.
I have a lot of like cooking, like a lot of cooking stuff, and for some reason recently I've been getting into this guy, Spicy Cam. I don't know why, but like just
Annoying.
watching this dude just eat all this retardedly spicy shit is just so interesting to me for some
have you
reason.
seen
Dude, I had,
the part where like that dude in particular, like you know how many different like stories of like different people who like on TikTok eat all these spicy foods, and how everybody says none of those are real like spicy. I don't know if they are or not, but
I don't know either.
Do you eat spicy things?
Not like that.
All right, so
I would-
do you know how spicy things are measured?
In the
Schofield
Schofield units, yeah.
Okay, so to put in perspective, a jalapeno has about 1,200 Schofield units on average,
Right.
about that much. The hottest pepper in the world, the Carolina Reaper, has 2.2 million Schofield
Right.
units in it. So I had a hot sauce.
I just watched a video of him eating a Carolina Reaper or whatever, a dried Carolina Reaper.
I had a hot sauce called The End,
Mm-hmm.
and it was only like a drop that I was allowed to take. And the moment I took it, it immediately eyes watering. I regret not eating anything beforehand because it went to my stomach lining and just sat on it and just burned. 7 million Schofield units. So over three times hotter than the hottest pepper in the world.
I tried. I tried.
I cried immediately. My eyes started watering.
Oh yeah.
I knew what it was
And I
before I
love
took
hot
it though.
food.
I don't know.
I like the challenge. You know what I mean?
I would try it, but I'm not. I wouldn't sit there and do like that one sauce on like a whole thing of wings or something. You know what I mean? I'm like try like one wing with
Buffalo Wild Wings like a couple Halloweens ago. Well, like 5 or 6 now. I think I was like 18, 19 when they did it. They had like scorpion ghost pepper wings.
I remember that.
And they made me sign a waiver, and it came with a free bowl of ice cream, but they were as hot as Carolina Reapers. They were 2.2 million skulls, so I got an 8-pack of them. I crushed them. I got them boneless, though, because I didn't feel like I'm being spicy, and I got to fight the
and you got to
bone.
fight the bone.
So I was like, nah, just give them to me as the nuggets, and
They
I'll eat
wouldn't
them.
let me do boneless.
They let me. I was like, can I get them
I didn't
boneless?
do
They're
it,
like,
dude.
we recommend them boneless.
Like
Your mouth will hurt too much trying to like.
It really
I
starts
zip-
burning
I-
your lip.
Yeah.
Do you know the right way to eat chicken wings? Like,
Yeah.
like the drumsticks, you just
Yeah,
pull
you
through,
just
and the
pull it
other
out.
ones you pull, twist, and
Right.
pull out the bone, and then
Right.
zip it. Yeah, I went to eat at Buffalo Wild Wings a couple weeks ago after having my parents on the show, and they took me out, to Buffalo Wild Wings. Shout out parents, thank you for taking me out. Free food, but we went there and I had to show them, and they were like, "Oh, that's so cool." I was like, "Y'all didn't know about that? That's the old chicken wing twist."
Yeah.
You got to break that leg, take it out, and just pull it out.
Yeah, that's the easiest way to do it. So when it comes to like going back to TikTok ruining everything, so when it comes to TikTok, one of my biggest gripes is like the algorithm, because I want to see new shit.
Oh, but I see the same like
Yeah, I see the same shit just over and over again, and it's like, or somebody like imitating them like over and over again.
Yeah.
And like the algorithm's cool and all, but I want to see like some new
And then if
shit.
you go, like, you get interested in like this one video, so you go and watch more videos like that, then all of a sudden your TikTok's
That's all you're
full
gonna
of
see.
that.
They should do like
Yeah.
a feature page of like shit going viral. Like, you know how they have like the tabs, you swipe left to see your friends, you swipe right to see your For You. You should be able to swipe one more time and like go to like a feature page with like everything going viral like right then on that day.
Remember Vine?
Don't please don't
God,
break
I
my
miss
heart by
Vine.
bringing that back up. Were you on Vine, Big?
No, not really.
I loved Vine.
What year were you born in?
I was born in 98.
98. Yeah. Well, yeah, you were at the tail end.
I was at the tail end of it. Yeah.
But so was I. But I still got into it. You know what I mean?
No, I was.
Vine was where
the
it's
thing.
at.
Yeah. I
Vine
know.
is where it's at. Vine was so popular. I remember I didn't have like a new smartphone, so I couldn't have Vine because my phone wasn't new enough for Vine. I had a hand-me-down smartphone. I was like 14, whatever. But I had to download an app that wouldn't let you create an account or like or share any of the videos, but you could watch Vines and save them to your phone. Mm-hmm. It was an Android, so that's how I viewed my Vines, and I had them saved on my phone. I had a file on my phone with all my favorite Vines in it, and then it was a little trap phone. And like, it got something happened to it. I don't know, so I don't have those anymore.
God, I miss Vine.
I miss Vine too
Why did Vine go away?
because they were tired of dealing with it.
I thought it became like the people who did
It got
became
too
something
big
else
for
or something. Or okay.
It got too big and they didn't want to do it. And then I think Pornhub owns Vine right now. I think is what I saw. I think Pornhub bought them. And I think they bought them for their servers.
Yeah, Vine's is no longer a thing at all.
Unfortunately, I miss
R.I.P.
MySpace. They
I
come to
was
your page.
literally just about to say that, bro.
They come to your page, you play your music starts playing.
Mm-hmm.
It was a good go. Your page. Did you pay the $3 to have them pimp your page?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I
Yes.
paid it. Yeah.
Yes.
So I had
did
like
have
some
one.
spinning clown wheels and stuff like that, but they were on fire.
I used to have
And $3 seemed like a lot of money.
Yeah. Well, we were like 13, 14, so I mean, it
Yeah.
was, I didn't have a job at 13, 14, so it was either mom and dad were paying for it or I wasn't getting it.
my MySpace used to be
I used to dread
Pimped out
having to
Stewie.
ask, huh?
it was pimped out Stewie.
Stewie, yeah.
Yeah.
I used to dread asking for money from my parents. Like, worst feeling in the world. I hated asking them for money.
I hated feeling like I owed somebody.
Yeah, I really don't borrow money from people. Like, I'll accept money from my parents, but like normally when someone tries to give me money or something, I'm just like,
I don't need that.
Yeah.
you know what I mean? But like, my parents are like, here's some money. I'll be like, yes, please, thank you. I need money because I'm broke all the time.
Nah.
But I'm just like,
my mom, my stepdad, before my little sisters were born, and he's working for the same place that he works for now. I used to go in there and be like, I need money.
yeah.
And then my sisters came and that all went out the drain.
My mom was more likely to give me money for like entertainment reasons. Like if I needed money to go hang out with a couple friends, not saying my dad wouldn't do that, but if I needed some money to go hang out with friends, or if I wanted a video game that you had to spend money on a credit card on the internet, a DLC, whatever, for a video game, she would be the one I asked. But then if I needed money for school or if I needed a new pair of shoes or something, my dad would be way more likely to buy it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my mom wouldn't be likely to take me clothes shopping. My dad would, but my mom would be more likely to take me like shopping for a new poster for my room or nickety knack stuff, the fun stuff.
Yep.
My mom didn't like going clothes shopping and doing boring shit, so she was less likely to spend money on that. But my dad was like, yeah, we gotta get you set up. You gotta look good,
Yep. My stepdad would give me
Good, feel
money.
good.
That's right.
My stepdad would give me money if it meant I would get out of his face.
I throw money at you.
Yeah, like if I'm leaving the house,
I'd pay you to get in my
like-
face, Dom.
Oh.
if I went to him and I was like, look, like I got this coming up for school, like I need some, it's like nah, blah blah blah, whatever, and then probably end up getting it from my mom or whatever.
I remember one time. They had like a little trailer coming to school, and they had sent out the slips and everything a couple weeks before. But you go in there and it's like the little simulation.
Oh, the video game trailer?
No, the simulation mining thing.
Oh,
Like,
okay,
where you
okay.
get the rocks out and everything else.
Yeah.
And both of my parents did not want to give me $10 to dig for rocks. But I was like the only one in my grade not going. So I was like, I really want to go just so I don't get left out. So then I asked my grandpa, I was like, Papa, can I have $10 for a school thing? And then, I'll come over this weekend if I got to. I'll cut your grass or something, work it off. And he was like, oh, son, you ain't got to do nothing. If you need $10, I'll give you $10.
Grandpa.
That was Papa. Papa took care of you. He's like, you need $10. Here's $10. And then I used that. And then I remember my dad got like mad at me or whatever. And he's like, no, fuck it. Here's $10, and you give your grandpa back his $10. And I was like, all right. And then it was a whole big ordeal, and I got in trouble and everything else. I got bitched at and everything. So I was like, I never liked asking for money.
I just wanted to feel included.
I didn't want to be the only kid sitting in a classroom while everybody else went and dug for rocks. I understand it was stupid.
Yeah.
It was just
Yeah.
fucking rocks, $10 for rocks, but it was the
You
companionship.
remember seeing the old video that went around for a while of the dude talking about the most racist field trip he went on?
No. What was it?
It was a guy he was talking about. He was in elementary school, and they all went on this field trip, and it was a classroom full of black people.
Oh, yeah, where they go to the
And
plantation
they go
make
to
them
the
pick
farm
cotton.
and they
Yeah.
pick cotton and shit.
They say go pick some cotton,
Oh no.
and then you don't even get to keep it, right?
No, they had to give it back.
You go pick the cotton and then you turn it in, and then like the dude was like, "That's some real racism there."
Like, so he was like, bro, there was like 20 or 30 of us out there just picking cotton in the middle of the scorching
Oh
sun, and then
my
we had to
God.
give it back.
They said, "Thanks for picking that cotton." No, you don't get. You got to pay
said-
us to come here and
He
pick
said,
cotton.
my mama was pissed.
I would have been too. I would have wrote in a letter or
Dude,
something.
I remember, at 8th grade year, we had a field trip to the French Quarter,
Oh yeah,
and
the
at
D-Day
first-
Museum.
no, we were walking around the French Quarter, like
A school?
Yeah,
Just walking?
yeah, like straight up, yeah.
I've been like in junior high. I went to the World War II Museum, the D-Day Museum
Yeah, we did
in New
that.
Orleans, and I marched in a Veterans Day parade with the ROTC program. But we never just went and walked around New Orleans.
No, yeah, they took us. They had a map.
All right, don't get robbed.
Yeah, but y'all be safe.
No, so we went on the field trip to down there or whatever. And at first my mom wasn't going to sign the paper for me to go.
Uh-huh.
Well, one of my friend's mom talked her into being a chaperone, right? So now my mom's like, all right, well, I'll sign it now. You can go. Well, I got lucky and got put in a group with my friends, and my mom was like a whole chaperone for another group, and I was like, okay, great.
So your mom wouldn't chaperone a different group?
It just how it fell, how it fell or whatever.
When I was in third grade, or it might have been in like first grade, my mom, this can be real quick, I didn't mean to cut you off, but my mom and my dad go on with me to a field trip, and they were calling out the names for what students go with what chaperones, and they didn't say my name under my parents' group because they just assumed I was already going there, so I didn't hear my name called, and I started bawling my eyes out because I thought they were putting me in a different group, not with my parents, and I thought that was some bullshit. I thought that was a load of bullshit, son.
He said, "That's my mom."
And then they were like, you are in the group. And I was like, why didn't they say my name? It's because why would it be any question? You know, they were telling the kids that parents didn't come, whose parents to go and hang out with. I was like, all right, I'm all good then.
Oh, no, bro.
Everything's fine.
We were in 8th grade going on a field trip to the French Quarter. I was like, not with my mom. Perfect. All right. So I was in a group. It was me and all my friends. A few of them are in jail now.
Oof.
It's only 2 of us left out of the group.
Damn.
But no, we went to the French Quarter. We're on the field trip, and we had a map, right? Our chaperone had a map of where we could go and where we could not go, what streets we could go down, blah blah blah. Don't go.
French Quarter, that's only like one street that you got green access on.
Yeah, you ain't lying.
Like,
I've had friends murdered in New Orleans in certain places.
Well, yeah, we walked down to we went to like the flea market and shit like that, to Cafe de Monde and blah blah blah. Walked around.
the one street.
Yeah.
The one street that actually gets police attention and everything, and is kind of halfway decent.
Well,
it's not free of piss though. Every street has piss on it in New Orleans.
Everywhere smells like straight piss down there.
Oh, dude, it's such a nasty city overall.
That's like as I got older, that's why I don't like going to Bourbon. Like once
Once
I turned 21, Bourbon is not fun.
Bourbon was fun until I was about 22, 23, and I was like, it's the same shit. It's always something.
It's never gonna change.
It's always nasty.
Pain in the dick to get to. You got to park like a mile away, and you got to get a 20-minute walk in just to get to Bourbon.
You'd catch me on Bourbon.
I ain't trying to walk like that.
You'll catch me on Bourbon if we're staying
closer.
in, like if we have a hotel that's like on Bourbon.
That's different. If you're doing the city, you're doing the city. Yeah.
But you're not gonna just be like, hey, let's go to Bourbon tonight. No.
Yeah, not when we live on the North Shore.
Yeah, no.
I go to Old Town or something quicker. Pop into Old Town Park, walk a minute and a half, walk to the bar, jump in. It's like a mini New Orleans.
Yeah,
you know,
literally.
Without the people.
But it's only got 4 bars. But you know, that's okay.
But you
can still bar hop. You know, like well, fuck this bar. Let's go to a different one. You gotta
worry about a group of guys walking past you and bumping into you. Now your wallet, phone, and keys are gone.
You can get drunk and then like sit down on the
belt.
you can like a young woman can go there and drink and then sit down on like the side of the street and wait for her friends without fear of being trafficked.
Oh yeah.
Like in New Orleans, I'll never forget, like it was a group of us and we walked past this girl. She was like borderline passed out, drunk, phone just not even holding it, just sitting on her lap, just sitting on the ground on the side of the street. And you know, I was with my cousin who is he was down there. We were on the gay side. My cousin's gay, you know, so we were by the gay bars and everything else, and all of his friends were down there, and so they all went and, you know, like, sweetheart, why are you just sitting here by yourself? That's not safe, you know. Like, put your phone away. Someone's gonna swipe that off your leg, you know. Like, where's your friends at? Let's get you back with people you know and stuff like that. And they picked her, you know, they helped her up and brought her and met her friends or whatever, and then dropped her off to her friends and everything. And I was like, yeah, I mean, if that happened over here, it wouldn't be that bad, you know. You just like, yeah, just chill there. Your friends will be along short. You'll be fine.
You're all right.
Yeah, but in New Orleans, I don't know about that one.
Hell no.
You got about 2 seconds.
They tell you all the time, bro. You're walking down Bourbon Street at night. Don't have nothing in your back pocket. Keep everything
my wallet
where you
goes in my front pocket.
Keep everything where you can feel it. if
I
you
also
got
like
a
wearing
book
skinny
bag,
jeans too, so I can
yeah,
feel
so-
someone try to go into my
yes,
pocket.
you need everything to be tight and close to you because
Mm-hmm.
they're quick
Well,
with
just
it.
get you.
It's
a
the
fanny
ones that
pack.
come up and like put their hand on your shoulder, ask for a drink. You say, "Oh no, man, I'm not buying you a drink." They're like, "All right," and they're gone. Your wallet's gone.
Literally.
Never happened to me, but
Or-
I know people it's
They
happened
took
to.
your
I
left
know.
sock. Like,
No,
Dude,
bro,
right off of you.
I know a guy, right? He's in jail right now.
jeez.
We were on Bourbon. No,
They said there's only 2 of them left, so it's way more likely that he's in
coming-
jail
or
than
is it-
not.
we were on Bourbon. No, there's this bar in New Orleans. I think it's called the Willow or something like that. I don't think it's on Bourbon, but I think it's downtown
Somewhere in the corridor.
It's somewhere down there. It's called the Willow, and we were standing outside, right, smoking, whatever, just chilling, about to go back inside, and there's a group of dudes, was like 2 or 3 of them, bumped into the guy that I was with, like literally just bumped into him. It was just like, my bad, bro. That was it, right?
Whole
My
identity gone.
My boy had
That man lost it all. He
he
lost his
had
melon.
he had cocaine in his pocket.
Oof, gone.
He had his wallet on him. We go
Gone.
back in the club. We go get drinks, and he's like,
I ain't got none.
"He got shit. It's gone."
But man, not only did they take my wallet, they took my drugs.
Bro.
Hey, my man, can you spot me a couple times? I ain't got shit out
It's just crazy how fast somebody can literally like.
No, if
go
someone
in your
touches
pockets
me
like
in
that.
the French Quarter or anywhere down there in New Orleans, like I keep
Instant.
them in my front pocket, like
Instant.
immediately my hands are going on there
Oh, bro,
every time.
instantly.
But then I also happen to be 6'2" and a large frame, quite a large man. So I like to think I'm a little intimidating. So maybe they
sexy.
think. Thank you, I appreciate that. Maybe they think twice.
You would think that, wouldn't you?
That is crazy.
You
though,
would,
man.
but I also don't. I don't put it past anybody to still try.
Like I've had even like
Like I
drivers
wouldn't
at
be
work.
scared to, if I was robbing people, I wouldn't be scared to rob someone bigger than me. Especially if I knew I had a gun on me. That's all the confidence in the world you need.
Literally.
Like Hayes is actually like not an aggressive, violent person. Like he doesn't want to be aggressive, fight. He doesn't like conflict.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
But so I've had drivers like argue with me up and down, like get heated with me, and then he'll walk in, they're like fine with him, and I'm like, why?
He's a
'Cause
big guy.
6'2" and 300
That's
pounds.
the same. Like the cashiers up at the front, like them truck drivers, they talk to them however they please. When I get up there, they yes sir, no sir, me every
like-
time.
Yeah.
Like I've had
It's
them
the same back there.
I've had them bitch at the manager up front, and then like me, who's not the manager up front, and then the chain of command is lower than the manager, but for some reason I got more respect just because I'm a big lad.
Because you're a dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, that is the truth. But
I don't
feel
know.
like
I like it though when a guy treats a woman like that, but then she don't take no shit. I think that's attractive, Yeah. When a woman's like,
Knock
when a
his
guy
stupid
tries to they try to talk condescending to the woman, and then the woman's like, oh, well, just because I'm a woman doesn't mean I don't know anything. In fact, I do happen to know a lot about this particular field.
Yeah.
See, I love it when they think like you get the one woman that knows like a lot about diesel mechanicking and stuff. And I'm not saying they're small, but
Right.
you're way more likely to run into a man that knows more
Right.
so than a woman, right? Just statistically, right? Cool.
Right.
But I love when you get that one, that's like, I do know what I'm talking about, and they just let the guy have it. It's one of my favorite things to
Right.
see. I'm like, yeah, put that motherfucker in his place. I
Yeah.
cannot stand anyone that talks condescending to anyone, no matter what. If you talk condescending to someone because of their gender or their race or anything else, like you're scum to me. Like
Right.
we're all equal. Just see that. Look at with your eyeballs.
We all hate life equally.
I'm saying, like, I do not know more than anyone else. I
Right.
know what
I
is
know what I
subjective to me.
know.
I am this little consciousness inside of this brain that controls this body. That's all I know. And what I've experienced and what I've seen. I don't know anything else. You know what I mean? So I
Yeah.
don't try to pretend to know what I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty good at bullshitting though.
Some of those
Oh,
drivers.
I can talk around.
I
don't
can
know.
avoid the subject a good bit. I'm pretty good at it.
Some of those drivers feel like they're better for some reason.
They got that small dick energy.
Yeah, like, bro, like, go relax. How about that? Go chill.
You know what's
bro.
funny? Like any of them that have tried to challenge me aggressively. Look, even if I think I'm gonna get my ass whipped, I don't back down. Like I'm gonna
Oh,
take my
yeah.
ass whipping like
No,
a man.
yeah,
But
no.
anyone that tries to get
gotta
aggressive
show
with me,
me.
every single one of them, like
I just smile at 'em.
have been pussies.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro.
Like the
Everyone.
moment, like they try to buck up to you. Like I had one like, oh, I'm a retired Marine. I was like, I don't give a
Look, I
fucking
don't
shit.
yeah, I don't care.
Like if this is going down, this is going. I don't care what you know. All that matters is what I know, and we're gonna see what happens.
I had
Literally.
one tell me to step outside the shop one time.
Like why? I'd
And
rather fight in
Santana
air
was-
condition.
And Santana was
Cooler in here.
Santana was looking dead at me, and I looked at him. Was like, okay, and I started taking my shirt off, and the dude went around the corner.
I would have got naked.
Like, dude just
We could
left.
fight or we could fuck. Either way, the clothes are coming off,
Either way,
sir.
I just need to know what I'm getting excited for.
That's right. I need to know what's getting hard. These fists or this cock. You let me know what to do.
Either way, you're gonna remember me.
That's right. You ain't gonna forget me, son.
Bro, I'm sorry. I'm not fighting a man with his dick out.
Exactly.
then I'm
All
gonna
just a
beat your ass.
That's
I'm
right. You just
not-
gonna take this whipping.
No, nope.
And then
Nope.
I'm gonna fucking put a stamp on your forehead.
That's right. I'm gonna pop you in the noggin with
if
it.
I'm sitting here and I'm getting aggressive with a man, and next thing you know, he is butt naked, dick out. Hey, bro, you won.
But you're still
yeah.
getting whooped. Like I am
Yeah.
still putting my fist.
No,
in
don't put
face.
your fucking hands on me.
Well, no.
you
If
gonna
like
fight back?
if
I'm
this,
naked.
but hold on.
I will. Your dick's out. I'm kicking it.
But y'all are saying
I'm kicking
y'all,
it. What do
y'all
you
are
mean?
saying in the scenario where y'all two are fighting. Remember, when we're naked, we're not the aggressor. The other one's coming on to us to fight. We're just the ones getting naked.
I'm getting ready.
And if he wants to still go, then after, if he better hopes I don't knock him out, because after I do, I'm taking a picture of me dropping my nuts on his fucking forehead. I'm gonna snap that and post that on the book.
I'm here with it.
Like, my man, you are definitely gonna end up killing yourself at the end of this. I'm gonna have you completely insane and broken mentally.
Like I
I
said,
thought
you'll
about
never
it a few
forget me.
times. I thought about it a few times.
Thought about
Getting
what?
naked
Getting
and dropping
naked?
your nuts across some guy's face after you knock him out.
Not getting completely naked, but like teabagging somebody after I beat the shit out of him. I thought about it once.
I did teabag somebody
bro.
in school. Oh, I got in so much trouble.
Literally
Well,
what I
this
thought
kid,
about it.
he like tabletopped me or whatever. And then
Yeah.
so like somebody pushed him down. You know what tabletopping is?
Yeah.
When someone gets on their hands and knees
Yeah.
behind you and someone pushes you, you
Yeah.
know, over them. So he tabletops me. And so I'm like, I ain't letting that slide. So this kid gets tripped up like literally 3 seconds later. And I just came over there hard as shit. Just fucking jumped straight. Like I was in the air. I grabbed his head into my cock. And then I fell to the ground with him. And I went on my knees. And so he fell down like with my nuts directly into this man's mouth. And he told the teacher, she came in like maybe 15 seconds later. So I had already gotten off of him. And I was like, don't let this.
You got off on him?
Yeah, of course. And I told him, I said, don't let this happen again.
Don't tell
And the
nobody.
teacher comes in, he said, Mrs. I'm not going to say her name on here for privacy reasons, but he's like, he teabagged me. And then she was like, get into the hall right now. So I was like, all right, I got to take my L. So I get out in the hall and so I hear her inside. She goes, what does teabag mean after I'm outside? And I hear somebody say, it's when you rub your junk in someone's face. Very accurate description, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Correct. I don't think she heard it that way. I think she just heard you rub some junk in someone's face.
Okay.
So she comes out there and she's like, well, what if I rub dirt in your face? And I'm like, all right. Fair enough.
As long as you
She's
ain't
like, what about
teabagging.
some mud? Or what if I colored on your face or whatever? You can't just put stuff in people's face, Cade. And I was like, I gotcha.
Hell, I'll do that
Gotcha.
again.
I think I would have got suspended if she knew it was my ball sack.
Yeah. No more stuff in people's face. All right. I got it.
Dude, she goes back inside and then she goes, I want you to sit out here for another 2 or 3 minutes, collect yourself, understand what you did, what was wrong, and then come back inside and join the class. So she goes, yeah, all right. So she goes inside and I come in and the
looking
student's
at him.
like, what? He's not going to the office. He was so fucking pissed because I was just coming back into class strutting. Nothing
Man's
happened.
balls were in my mouth.
Dude, they were. It was in his mouth because I heard him going, oh, and I felt the vibration on my balls.
Oh my god.
Oh, what a story. What
Oh,
a story
bro.
to end it on. All right. I think we're like in an hour 15 now.
Yeah, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
So I think that's a good stopping point for today's episode. Well, before we go, I just want to give you a special thanks for being on today's show. We really appreciate having
dude,
you on here.
thank you for having me.
If you wanted to use this as a plug to follow you on any socials or anything else, now's your chance. If not, nah. All right, cool. Well, hey, I'm always going to use a good shameless plug, and you can follow us at on Twitter at TLFBC Podcast. You can follow us on YouTube, Apple Music, Spotify, Google Podcast, iHeartRadio, Pandora, wherever you get your podcast from. Just RSS.com, wherever you get your podcast from. we're probably on there. It's the Last Few Brain Cells podcast. But as always, we appreciate the listen. We love having you. We'll see you next time. I love you.
That man said every kiss begins with
The last few. It's the last few.
Brain cells.
What a life. What a life.